Shocks after week 3's 8 matches. Here is the current table in the European LCS. We're actually starting to see some daylight between the teams as some of the ties get broken, but of course the big story is Alliance. They are now at 6-game win streak, I should say, and they remain at top of the table, 7 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah, very strong performance from them. On the opposite end of the table, we do have Rocket on an entirely different streak with a 6-game losing streak. They're now sitting at the bottom. They're 1-7 all alone. And like we talked about, it's just those tiers. A very clear distinction between the top 2 in Europe and everyone else.
We're starting to see how this one works out, but for now we've put together a squad of our own OP players that really impressed us this week. In the top lane for us, it is Wicked. He's had a great start for sure for Alliance, and he's been instrumental in some of their wins.
Definitely. He surprised me yesterday by first picking Jax. Definitely caught me off guard. I wasn't anticipating it. Played very well. His Shyvana game today worked out great. Irelia game rather. He's synergizing very well with the rest of his team. His engages are good, and he picked up a win on Irelia, 1-for-1 in the split.
Well, in the jungle, we've gone for the man from SK Gaming. It is Sven Skeren. Fantastic kill participation, especially today, 68% over the week, but today I think it was about 96%. Incredible stuff. 9 assists. It's crazy.
It was all the Sven Skeren show. He was so largely responsible on his games of Lee Sin, and he's finding a way to do it every single game. If you compare Sven's from last year to this year, it is such a big upgrade. Very big impact player for SK.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Who else would we go for in the mid lane? It's got to be Froggen, of course. Double Anivia games this week, and absolutely incredible, 21 KDA.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed he gave up a death. You know, it's his first death on Anivia in his last 3 showings. I do think he has room to improve on that.
We'll see how it works out. Alongside him, well, it's another member from Alliance. It is Tabs as the AD carry. Crazy stuff. Only 1 death with 9 kills and 2 double kills this week.
Yeah, and very, very good play. We did see him play Cogmore as well. I like the fact he's pulling out a wide array of AD carries, and his team has got such a good synergy that his stats are always great to back it up because he's never in trouble.
Well, it's the team that keeps on winning. Nif is the support as well. Another fantastic show for him, this time around with Morgana and Nami.
Yeah, so in this particular time, managing to get being involved in 22 out of his team 27 kills, it just speaks volumes to Alliance's playstyle. They are not about winning the lane to only win the game. They group up, they push as a unit, they win as a unit.
And of course, from those 5 players, we have selected Sven Skeren as our MVP for the week. And 11.5 KDA, highest of the jungler in week 1 in 1 week of this split.
Yeah, and again, he's just a very high impact player. He finds kills all over the map all the time. We do have a clip that actually illustrates his performance on Lee Sin. He's going to be able to ride this Thresh Lantern, grabs wards, he hops all over the place as soon as we get that clip up on your screen. And generally, Lee Sin on Sven, it reminds me a lot of how powerful he was on Pantheon in the last split, just finding all of those kills and doing a really good job.
Yeah, and he really has been amazing stuff. Here's the replay.
Yeah, so you know, we touched on that a moment or 2 ago, and it's just Sven Skeren finding kill after kill after kill. This was the first of many, because he did that about 6 more times in that bottom lane. He made Genji and Edward's life a misery.
Kept that big smile on his face throughout the game as well, because it was a fantastic performance. 16-2 yesterday as well, of course, for SK. Dominant performance from them and Alliance so far. The North American LCS will be kicking off their week 3 tomorrow with Team Solar Mid versus LMQ, and then it will be Evil Geniuses facing off against Cloud9.
Then Team Dignitas will take on Counterlogic Gaming, followed by Complexity facing off against Curse. Those matches do begin at 9 PM Central European Summertime, which is 12 noon Pacific.
The European LCS will be back next Thursday with week 4. We'll be starting things off with an El Clasico between SK Gaming and Fnatic. That, of course, will be followed by Rocket versus the Copenhagen Wolves.
The Super Hot Crew will then face off against Millennium, and Alliance will square off against Gambit. It's the last LCS game of the day.
So we'll see you back here for those matches on June 12th, right after a new episode of the preview show at 5:30 Central European Summertime. That is 8:30 AM Pacific. But for now, it is time for the final European Challenger Series quarterfinal match as H2K face off against SK Gaming Prime in a best of 3. Over to you, Freak and Zyrene.